Hey, you guys. So thanks for listening into this episode of Tips with T. On today, we are going to talk about estate planning, proper estate planning, what it is, why it is important. A lot of people do not do estate planning when they should, especially when you have assets and things that you want to leave to your children. So we're going to talk a little bit about estate planning and the importance of it. So estate planning is not just for the wealthy. That's a misconception. A lot of people think that the wealthy and the rich should do estate planning, but if you have anything that you want to leave your children, homes, property, cars, things of that nature, assets, money, you want to do estate planning. Okay. That also along with your life insurance, you want to do estate planning. All right. And it is a process that anyone with assets and loved ones should undertake. Okay, so like I said, it's a misconception with people when they feel like only the wealthy people should do estate planning. No, everyone should do estate planning. So the key components of estate planning is wills and trusts. I would tell everybody that they need to get a will. If you have major, big assets that you want to leave your children, you want to put that stuff into a trust. A trust can help eliminate them in concurring taxes whenever it's time for the property to be theirs, whenever they inherit the property. So you want to make sure you are looking into different trusts. There's different trust funds that you can do to help avoid your loved ones for inheriting debt once that particular assets and once certain assets are transferred from you to them after your passing. Okay. Wills, like I said, is very important. Wills that you can write in your will who you want to get what as far as your assets and things of that nature. If you want a trust fund or something to be set up, or if a trust fund is already set up for someone, all that stuff is defined in the will. Okay. Another part of estate planning that people tend not to take into consideration is power of attorney. So power of attorney, if someone was to become incompetent, you want to get a power of attorney. And power of attorney explains the significance of assisting. Well, there are different types of power of attorneys, I should say, for financial and healthcare decisions. So like I said, if somebody might get sick or incompetent, you want to have a power of attorney in place who can pretty much advocate on your behalf when it comes to your medical decisions and things of that nature. You also want to put guardianship in place for minor children. All that stuff can go inside of different and a power of attorney, if I'm not mistaken. And disclaimer, y'all, I am not an attorney, but I am just giving information about what I have learned so far. So if you do have estate planning questions, please seek an estate planning attorney. I'm just doing my research. I just did a research about what I found when it comes to preparing, doing estate planning and preparing for when it comes to our final decisions. If worst case scenario happens, you want to be prepared, you want to have the right proper documentations in place. So I'm sorry I had to put that disclaimer out there. I am not a legal attorney, okay? I'm not an attorney, okay? So you can put documentations in place, like I said, for guardianship of minors. If you have children and there are minors, and the other parent is already deceased, or the other person is someplace where they don't have full custody or joint custody of the child, you want to put paperwork in place for guardianship for minor children. Because if you don't put this stuff in place and something was to happen to you and they don't have another parent that they can go to, they can go into foster care. They can go into things like that. So if you don't want your children to be raised up in foster care, and you have someone that is willing to family members that's willing to take on your children and raise your children, if something was to happen to you, you need to have all that stuff in writing too as well. Okay. Again, I talked about how proper estate planning can minimize estate taxes. So depending on what type of trust you get, you can minimize the taxes when it comes to your children or your loved ones inheriting your assets. Such as, especially like if gifting and stuff like that. Um, And make sure y'all stay informed about the different things that can change. Different trust funds you set up. I know there's two. There's a revocable one and there's an irrevocable one. Well, the revocable one, you can always go back and make changes. If you set up an irrevocable one, you cannot make changes. So you want to make sure that if you think there's going to be changes along the way, that you get a revocable trust. Because if you get an irrevocable trust, once it's set in stone, that's it. Okay. Um, Make sure you are communicating your wishes with the people that will be involved in this trust fund and be involved in the estate planning and the wills. Make sure you're communicating with these individuals, so it won't be confusion. It won't be any potential conflict when it comes to your final arrangements. Make sure you have open communication about family members and the beneficiaries and things of that nature. However, I know some people, when they try to be open with things like this, it can start family arguments, it can start judgmental things. So if you come to that point where you cannot really let your family know what's going on with your estate planning, your trust fund, it's okay. Just make sure you get a trusted lawyer, okay? That you can file all this stuff on file with. So when you die or when you become deceased, they can contact your family, they can read the will, and they can tell you what things needs to be done and how. Again, seek professional guidance. I can't stress the fact enough. Like I said, I am not an estate attorney. I'm not an attorney by far. I am just someone who is into financial literacy. I'm an accountant. I am, an insurance agent, and I learned these things as far as an insurance agent. And so, but I am a financial planner, and this is some of the things that I want to start including within your financial planning as far as you making sure you are financially planning and including life insurance inside your budget and things like that. Making sure I am a tax professional, making sure you're talking to your tax professional when it comes to certain things, because you can get certain tax deductions depending on um, what type of retirement plan and stuff you got set up, what type of different plans that you got set up for your children. Okay, dividends accounts, all that other good stuff, annuity. So you want to make sure annuity, you want to make sure that you are consulting a tax professional too as well. Um, you know, it's very beneficial when you have the right professionals collaborating with you to create a comprehensive plan for your life, for your loved ones. All right. So just wanted to come and share you guys about estate planning, and reach out to a estate planning lawyer. All right. Um, if you don't know how to contact a estate planning lawyer, reach out to me. Like I said, I do have certain different connects where I can connect you to different people that might can help you. I can connect you with a service, I would say, that will allow you to pay a monthly fee so you can access certain lawyers and estate planning and stuff like that. And this service that I have a resource with, once you become a member of this legal professional service, you can get a will written for free. So take advantage of these services, y'all. They don't cost a lot a month. They're reasonable prices, but we tend to overlook the small things that can possibly help us in the long run, thinking that you don't need it. But it's actually a good whenever you get a legal service where you can render and pay a monthly fee, and you can get a free will for free. You can get free legal advice. Those type of things matter, you guys. I have a subscription with the law office, the best subscription I can ever pay for. It helps me with a lot of things. It helps me with my contracts for my business. Like I said, I got my will done for free. I am single, not married as of yet, but I have a will in place. I am, talking to estate attorneys, making sure I have everything set up the right way. So if something does happen, my family is taken care of. The loved ones that I want to leave things to are taken care of. We need to be doing that, you guys. That's how we build generational wealth. That's how we break generational curses of poverty when we are well prepared. It's better to be proactive than reactive. I say that a lot. So you guys, make sure you are looking into these different types of things. Make sure you are doing your research, your due diligence. I can't express this enough. When people don't do the proper estate planning, they don't have wills and trust in place, that stuff goes to your estate, and you have to go through you have to go to the probate court and bite it out. Um, that can cost money. Okay. That can be very stressful instead of you just having the proper documentation in place so your family can avoid all that, and you can avoid going through your family can avoid going through the process, which can take a while. It can take time. Okay. So have your proper documentation in place so your family can avoid the headache. They can avoid the drama, the heartaches, the fighting, and all that carrying on because people like to fight over stuff. Just go ahead and get everything in place now to eliminate that. Okay. So, all right, you guys. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Tips with T. If you all would like to be a guest on the show, please feel free to contact me. My email is contact@njfinancial.biz. You can also call me, text me. My number is 910-317-0396. If you have any information about, or you want to find out more information about estate planning or get in contact with the legal service to get a subscription so you can get this access to the estate planning and to lawyers that can help you with your wills and your trusts, feel free to shoot me an email. Feel free to call me. I'm more than willing to help you to get set up the right way with the right people that can help you with your estate planning journey. So, all right, you guys. See you on the next episode of Tips with T.